You have no idea how many times I was walking on the street and I just felt like, what is that?
I am here with Karol Shimbri. So let's start from the beginning.
I was a very active child.
Okay.
My dad was reading the papers and he told me like, okay, do you know what a model is?
Okay.
I said, yeah, Gisele. Right?
Okay.
Everyone knows Gisele
Everybody
in
knows.
Brazil.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, yeah, I know her, And he said like, but do you know what it means to be a model? I said, I don't really know, So he talked to me and I'm asking if you want to try. And I said like, okay, sure. So I remember I won that first competition, the first pageant. I remember going through that and I was very happy. They would put me everywhere, like
Great.
every pageant, everything. And I remember I was 13, me and two more girls, or me and one more girl passed. And I was 13 and the other girl was like already 15 maybe.
Okay.
And I remember the owner of the agency saying that, she's too young, maybe we're gonna wait a year.
Okay.
And a few months later, I signed the first contract. I remember we had to wait for the Chinese New Year to pass.
Yeah.
So then I could go on to my contract.
So the Chinese New Year is relevant because the international company was in China, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as a kid, right? Like you're turning 14-year-old. So now you're going to China where it will be shocking to have a blonde, tall, thin, blonde, light skin, green eyes. So tell me about your experience landing in China.
I felt like, I don't know, Lady Gaga over there. They would, like, how many times I would walk down the street and how many times people would talk to me. People would stop me for a picture. People would come and touch my hair. You have no idea how many times I was walking on the street and I just felt like, what is that?
What?
Because they feel like, okay, the hair is different. It probably feels different too.
Okay.
Especially because I was in a smaller city. I remember the taxis, they would stop on the street. Hey, ni hao, something like this. But it was a really nice experience. It's also like hard, working in China as a model. I would notice they would basically treat us as meat.
Yeah.
You look at her, oh no, she's fat. Pass, next. Oh, I don't like her nose. Pass. I remember in my city, there was like a famous photographer. He was, the big guy there.
The famous
and
guy.
He was horrible to us.
Okay.
He was horrible. And I remember like, come on, I was 14 years old. He looked at me and he said, oh my God, you're so fat. Look at your legs. You're so fat. He looked disgusted.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember I broke down and when I came back, because I still had to finish the job, and when I came back, he was like, oh, you're so pretty. He was like faking it and laughing about it. It's hard. You have to keep skinny. You cannot get 1 centimeter larger. You cannot do anything, and if you do it, if you get fat, they would cut our pocket money. Because we survived on pocket money.
After that 1.5 years, you came to Taiwan for modeling.
Yeah. Taiwan is like completely different from China.
That's the
now
difference.
People know a little bit more about Taiwan because of everything that goes around and earthquake and all of that.
And then COVID. And then
people still talk to me and Mario and say, oh, how is it going in China? How is it going in Japan? They don't even, things here are convenient. You don't depend too much on the agency as well. I remember it was a shock to me that I would have to go to the jobs by myself.
Okay.
Because in China, they take you everywhere. Cool, it was nice for me to
kind of have independence, right?
Have more independence. Because I think in China I needed to rely on the agency. We would go to castings with the agency, but not to the jobs.
What are some of the differences, Taiwan and Brazil?
I think the most shocking thing for me at first is because in Brazil, we hug. I remember, sometimes even in China, I would hug my booker and she's like, why are you doing this? When I came to Taiwan, I already knew about this, so it was more okay for me. But it's also hard because you come from a country that, Everyone
hug, kiss.
hugs.
Yeah.
Everyone is like close. And Taiwanese people are very friendly as well.
Yep.
But I think different for them, maybe because I'm a foreigner as well.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a first shock in China, actually, and in Taiwan. Here, they're more open for sure. You don't need anything.
Yeah.
You can take MRT bus everywhere.
It's crazy.
That's
and it's
also
safe
really
and
nice.
clean.
Yeah. I think the safety is what keeps me here.
Okay.
Honestly, biggest reason is the safety. Canada and Mexico and, you know, United States, Brazil, you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Latin countries, it's hard. Brazil, it's a little bit better than most of the countries, but it's still very hard. Like here in Taiwan, it's like...
And I still like walk my kid to school. She's 12, even though it's Taiwan.
So many cases in Brazil that there are missing kids.
Yeah.
They just vanish. They cross the street and then...
It's crazy.
Where is this kid? I always liked the catwalk. That was my favorite thing about it. I felt like, oh, this is my place. I remember we were in our living room and he put tapes like that part, the front, where I have to look here and here.
Wow.
So he would put the tape, you know, 3 spots where I would have to look at as the judges or the public, right? I have to look there, there, and there, right? We would spend like Saturdays the whole day. Okay, you go. And then I would catwalk, stop there, go look the other side and look the other side and come back. We would spend like the whole afternoon doing that. 2 days later, we were going to try it again. And my mom had taken out the tapes because she didn't know.
That's too good. Yeah,
she didn't know. And then we went into the living room like, where are the tapes, you know? And my mom said, I don't know. I just take it out.
What's this tape?
Why do
Get
I
rid
need
of it. When you guys have your kids and you have a beautiful blonde little girl, beautiful little girl.
Yeah.
And she says, I want to do modeling too. What are you going to say?
I would support because that's her choice.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would, I don't know. I think I would try to be more present.
Okay.
But at the same time, what made me into what I am right now is because my dad and my mom let me be independent and choose my own path and, you know, go through everything that I had to go through. A lot of people, you know, oh, I was a model, I want my child to be a model. But I think usually those people that want the kid to be what they were are people that didn't go through, didn't stay in that career for a long time or didn't achieve a lot of things, you know. I think I chose to stop. I chose to stop. I was not happy anymore. And I think also for me to continue, I could continue.
Yeah, of course.
A few years ago, when I made the decision of stopping, I could continue, but my life would be completely different than it is now. I was not happy modeling anymore. I'm not gonna give out this part of my life, which is basically my relationship.
What if you have like a beautiful little girl who's like just gorgeous and she wants to be a fighter?
I think it would be easier.
It's okay? It's easier for you?
I think it would be easier. Just maybe if they want to subscribe to my channel. I have been for like a few months. Goal is to attract Brazilian people to learn English. Also, I'm also teaching Portuguese to a Taiwanese student now.
Nice.
So, but my main focus is teaching English, and we have been creating content. We have videos weekly, shorts, and the Instagram too. And I think I want to teach the way that I learned, which is not like a workbook every day you're gonna write this, and I learned through talking.
I think that's the best way to learn any language. Thank you for coming, and we will see you on the next one.